The meaning and benefits of lowering the gaze, Part 1. Sight is one of the gateways through which trials, fitnah, enter the human heart. This is not limited to directly looking at the opposite gender. Even viewing forbidden matters through the digital world can provoke fitnah or lead to temptation. Islamic law instructs us to lower our gaze. As Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala states, O Messenger, tell the believing men to stop their eyes from looking at women and private parts that are unlawful for them, and to protect their private parts from indulging in the unlawful and from exposing them. That refraining from looking at what Allah has made unlawful is pure for them in the sight of Allah. Allah is aware of what you do. Quran, An-Nur, 30. Let us explore the definition and benefits of lowering the gaze in the following discussion. Linguistic definition. Linguistically, lowering the gaze or gad al-ba'r means restricting one's gaze and not allowing it to wander freely or fixate on specific things. Ibn Faris states in Mujammakaz al-Lugha, 4307. The letters gain and e indicate restriction, as in the phrase ga al-ba'r, lowering the gaze. Ibn al-Mansur mentions in Lisan al-Arab, 7196. Lowering the gaze ga al-ba'r means restraining it. Definition in Islamic terminology. In Islamic terminology, lowering the gaze carries several meanings, including 1. Restraining oneself from looking at the aura, private parts, of others, including non-mahram women. Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah states in Majma al-Fatawa, 15414. Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us in his book to lower our gaze, which entails two aspects. Restraining oneself from looking at aura, and restraining oneself from looking at places that incite desire. The first refers to avoiding looking at the aura of others. The second refers to avoiding looking at the uncovered aura of non-mahram women. This second aspect is more severe than the first, just as the prohibition of alcohol is more severe than the prohibition of carrion, blood, and pork. The hand punishment is applied to the consumer of alcohol because these three prohibited matters, carrion, blood, pork, do not attract people as strongly as alcohol does. 2. Restraining oneself from peering into others' homes or anything behind closed doors. Ibn Taymiyyah explains in Majma al-Fatawa, 15379. Just as lowering the gaze includes not looking at the aura of others and forbidden matters, it also includes restraining oneself from peering into people's homes. A person's home conceals their body just as clothing conceals it. Allah mentions lowering the gaze and guarding one's private parts after the verse about seeking permission to enter homes because homes shield people just as clothing shields their bodies. Ibn al-Qayyim's explanation. Ibn al-Qayyim states in his book Madarij al-Salikin, 117. The prohibition of gazing includes looking at aura, private parts, which is of two types, aura concealed by clothing and aura concealed behind doors. Restraining oneself from gazing at others' possessions. This includes refraining from looking at others' wealth, spouses, children, and worldly adornments. Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not extend your sight to the temporary enjoyments we have given to some classes of disbelievers and do not grieve over their rejection. Be humble with the believers. Quran, Al-Hijr, 88. Explanation by Abdurrahman bin Nasir al-Sadi. In Tafsir al-Sadi, page 434, he elaborates. Therefore, Allah commands, do not let your eyes long for the luxuries we have given some groups among them, meaning, do not be captivated by the fleeting worldly pleasures enjoyed by hedonists, which delude the ignorant. Be content with what Allah has granted you, such as the Matsani, repeatedly recited verses, and the majestic Quran. He further explains, page 516. This means, do not be enchanted or gaze repeatedly with admiration at worldly delights and those who indulge in them, such as delicious food and drink, fine clothing, grand homes, and adorned women, for these are mere worldly decorations that deceive the heedless. The wrongdoers enjoy them while neglecting the hereafter. Yet, all these will soon perish, and those who cling to them will die, only to regret when regret is futile. They will realize their state when the day of judgment arrives. Allah has made these a test to distinguish who is deceived by them and who performs the best deeds. Author, Lisa Almira.